Hey, Shalom.
Shalom.
First of all, I'd like to give all praises, glory, and honor to
Howell,
Yahweh,
Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Rakakadash.
I want to give a double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone who have sought as is truth. I want to give a peace and blessings to the Akim across the four corners of the earth who teach the truth to which life to do so. Back with another video. Through the Spirit, we out here, man. Lord willing, you brothers are edified. We're going to get into the destruction of America and the destruction of you Edomites, man. And it's very important for you people to know who the Edomites is in the Bible, okay? Because if I say, watch out for your enemy, and you don't know who your enemy is, you're not going to know who to watch out for, okay? So you got to understand who the enemy is. We have to identify that person, and we have to identify his rulership and his kingdom. Because when you go to Job, who's at 29, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. 9 and 24. The earth is given into the hands of the wicked, man, okay? And if you don't know that, then you ain't gonna know. Go ahead, bro.
It's Job 9 and 24. It says the earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
So you got to know who the wicked is, okay? What the scripture said, the wicked are estranged from the womb.
I got it.
You know? Go ahead.
Malachi 1 and 4. It says, whereas Edom said we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus said Yahweh of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down.
Right. The Most High said they shall build, which they have, right? But what's coming? The throwdown is coming, okay? By way of what? Series of events, which we're going to get into, okay? With martial law coming, you know, that machination coming, the mandatory machination coming, right? You know, the trying down of you women, like we were speaking about earlier. All that shit is coming, man. You know? But if, like I said, if you don't know, if you don't have ears to hear or eyes to see, you're going to be blind, man. And stupid. You ain't going to know what to do in the day. You know? Go ahead, bro.
It says, and they shall call them the border of wickedness.
Right, they shall call them the border of wickedness, right? Esau, okay, the wicked, okay, which he's been wicked since the garden, really. You know, that spirit being put back in him, you know? Keep on.
It says, the people against whom Yahweh have indignation forever.
Right, it says, Jacob have I loved, Esau have I hated, man, you know? So when you read in Genesis 25, right, you identify the two brothers, Jacob and Esau, okay? But if you're not spiritual, if you don't have eyes to see, you won't understand the significance to it all. Okay, you won't understand that this man has been set up since the beginning, right, to be a deceiver, which that means devil, okay? And guess what? He's wise, but he's wise on the left-hand side. That's why he has the rulership. Well, really has the rulership because we went down. We didn't follow the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. But guess what? It says, the scriptures, which we'll get, it tells you that we'll be raised up in the land of our captivity, and we'll get that. You know, and that's what's happening now. That's how you know we're the true Hebrew Israelites. Not only through the curses, when you read Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, 16 on down, right? It speaks about the curses. Them curses identify only a group of people who don't identify the other nations, man. You know, so you'll be a fool to want and to think that the other nations will receive pleasures on the other side, man. You know?
This is Proverbs 29:16, right. And the scripture says, when the wicked are multiplied, transgressions increases, but the righteous...
It says when the wicked are multiplied, transgressions increases. And scriptures also tell you that after the king is wicked, guess what? The people are going to be wicked as well. So what are we living in? We're living in filth. We're living in wickedness, okay? You know, and at once, you know, we were wicked, but guess what? We clean our ways, walking that straight gate when you come into the truth. You know, that separates the 1/3 from the 2/3. You know, because we understand that the majority of Israel is going to be destroyed, okay, in that fire, and really before that fire.
And the scripture says, he that receiveth correction ceaseth from sinning.
Yep.
And that's what you get when you come to the truth. That's the straight case.
Yep.
You get your ass whooped almost every other day type shit.
Yeah, hey, the brother mentioned something beautiful last week. He mentioned something beautiful last week where it said, you know, when you come into this word, you receive an ass whooping, you know, moderately. You know, you don't receive the big finale ass whooping that the majority of our people and in other nations is going to receive, which is what? That fire, which we'll get into that. You know, because that's to come as well. Is it where you done on that? Yeah. You want to go back to that
Psalm 78 and start at 8. It says, I started 7, it says, that they might set their hope in the Most High, it says, and not forget the works of the Most High, but keep His commandments, and might not be as their fathers, a stubborn and rebellious generation, a generation that set not their heart aright, and whose spirit was not steadfast with the Most High. And the children of Ephraim, being armed and carrying bows, turned back in the day of battle. They kept not the covenant of the Most High and refused to walk in His law. It says, and he forgot. It says, and forgot His works and His wonders that He has showed them.
Right.
Marvelous.
And if you look at that on a spiritual level, on a spiritual sense, 2/3 of our people have forgot this as well. Which scriptures tell you that there's nothing new under the sun. You know, even in the time of Moses, you had our people, right, wanting to go back to the land of our captivity, man. You know, but scriptures tell you, woe to them that go to Egypt for help. Same thing in this time, right? Because there's no America in the Bible, there's no name, but this place is spiritually called Sodom and Egypt, man. Because what does it represent? What does sodomy represent? Faggotry, a lot of gay shit, right? What does Egypt represent? Our captivity of our people. Okay? So you'd be a fool to sit here and call yourself an African, man. You had a question, brother?
Yeah, absolutely. How y'all doing, man?
Good, how are you?
Peace, everything. Funny, ironic, I don't mean to cut y'all stuff off, but I just had Bible study with a brother on the phone, and it's just real ironic. I come from the store and y'all sit right, and I stay around the corner. I was just asking if y'all had a time where y'all get together and do Bible study or whatnot, but he just informed me y'all do it on y'all. I don't know if y'all had a camp community.
This is it.
This is
That's cool. That's cool.
The scriptures
Yeah.
tell you knowledge crowd without, right?
100%. And what I'm looking for is group people study. So I didn't know if y'all had a card or how y'all do it or anything.
Get that scripture that says, no food. Lay your own self.
Yeah, seek ye knowledge. I got it. I'm just saying, but at the same time, I'm just wondering if y'all camp have something locally. I just moved out here that y'all study together. That's it.
You want to know if we get together like throughout the week and things like that?
Yeah, y'all have. Yeah, that's all. I'm asking.
Not really. That's something that we're planning on setting up as brothers getting together and having something like that. But as of right now, this is all we doing. It's just coming out on a Saturday and teaching the word.
Well, second question is, y'all got a way that I can contact with y'all, or I can know where y'all going?
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
By way of YouTube, we have YouTube where we do sit downs and we do videos and we answer questions that you might have.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, we can get you down a couple channels because we're of the GMS camp.
Okay.
So a lot of times what you're going to want to look up is like GMS, Ancient of Days, GMS. This brother will have all that information for you.
Okay. Man, absolutely, man. I appreciate it. I ain't mean to interrupt y'all what y'all doing, you know what I'm saying?
No, you good, you good.
I recognize it, man, and I salute y'all, brother.
Yeah, most definitely. So yeah, as I was saying, man, earlier, which we went to that brother done, but you gotta identify the wicked and identify who you are, you know, and not, 2/3 of our people are wicked as well, man. You know, they're the most wicked. Really, they're more wicked than the wicked. You know, so you gotta identify that. But guess what? Wickedness leads to what? Wickedness leads to death, man. You know, a lot of people, when people in general are not willing to cleanse their ways, it's a cleaning and a purging process that you have to do to enter to this thing, man. You know, because once you receive light, you're not going to be the same, man. You're not going. You see this knowledge, and you turn back, you're not going to be the same. As a matter of fact, more demons attached to you than it was before you got in, man. You know. Let's grab we'll start on that.
Psalms. All right. I got Psalms 58:3. Let's see here. I might want to start right. I'm gonna start at verse 1. It says, Psalms 58:1. It says, "Do ye indeed speak righteousness, O congregation? Do ye judge uprightly, O ye sons of men? Yea, in heart ye work wickedness. Yea, weigh the violence. You weigh the violence of your hands in the earth. The wicked are estranged from the womb."
Right, the wicked are estranged from the womb, man. You know, they're estranged from the womb, and they what? Speak lies. Okay, this man has been lying to you the whole time he's been set up in America, man. You know, you've been lied to. You know, that's why it's a big. That's why I don't know the season picture. I think it's up there. But when you break down that so-called Jesus Christ picture, that white image, you break that down, our people can't get it because what, you so used to being fed bullshit, you know? And you've been eating bad all your life, and you try to take something healthy for the first time, you're not gonna like it, right? You got the New Year, most people, New Year resolutions, right, is what, to get in shape, right? But that was the same New Year resolution they had for the last 10 years. You know what I mean? But guess what? I say that to say this. they're not used to that. You know, they're used to being how they've been. You know, so when you come, right, it's a transformation process. You know, these people don't want to transform. You know,
It says,
you know, it'd be a fight, man. You get to telling these people who the enemy is.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, I have had certain occasions. I can speak from experience. You know, so it'd be an issue, man, because people love our people in general, right? Love lies. You love Esau, right? So when brothers like us come and tell you, you know, who your enemy is, it's a fucking issue. You know, that's why it says that in Titus, I think it's 1:14. You know, these preachers lying to these people, man. It says especially of their own circumcision. You know? Yeah, bro.
It says reading on, and I got a quick precept for you too.
You got your precept.
Okay, this is just because of what the brother said, man. How Jake get mad. It's Galatians 4:16. It says, "Am I therefore become your enemy because I tell you the truth?"
Right. All right. And it seems that way too. You know, most of the time it seems that way. You know. You know, you tell these people because, you know, people, scriptures tell you can't put new wine in the old bottles, man. You know, if you marinated in Babylon juice, I mean, you can't really, it's really, unless the Lord working with you, there's not really much we can say to you. Because we really out here just to bid the elect to the marriage. And the 1/3, we're not here for everybody, man. That's why that unity camp shit is bullshit, man. You know, we're not here for everybody. We're here for the select amount, the few, man. That's right. You know? And we're not doing this by the way of ourselves. We're doing this through Yahweh Shai, man, because by the grace of, you know?
Isaiah 30:10, it says, "We say to the seers, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things."
Not unto us right things, right? They say prophets not unto us right things, but what up?
Speak unto us smooth
But
things.
speak us to us smooth things. Motherfuckers love a motivational speaker. And that's all your pastor is, man. Right? To get you what? To get you coming back every week. That's right. To get you from Sunday to Sunday, man. You know? And fill his pocket up because he don't go into the depths of the scriptures, man. He ain't reading the Apocrypha. He not reading 2nd Ezra, the 15th, 16th chapter. He not reading Baruch, the 2nd chapter. He not reading Malachi 4:1. You know? He not reading, I never heard a pastor bring out Obadiah. You know?
It said prophesy deceits. It says, verse 11, "Get you out of the way, turn aside out of the path, cause the Holy One in Israel to cease from before us."
Come on, man. You know, let's go back into this.
Psalm 78, verse 11, it says, "And forgot his works and his wonders that he had shewed them. Marvelous things did he do. Marvelous things did he in the sight of their fathers in
Right.
the land of Egypt."
Marvelous things that happen in the land, man. And guess what? Marvelous things are going to happen in this land as well. Okay? Because scripture tells you that in Jeremiah where it says, brothers can find that for me, where we should no longer speak about Egypt, but we should speak about the north kingdom when we get there. You know? Because the deliverance process that the Most High is going to come with, you know, is marvelous. It's going to be a marvelous deliverance, man. One like no other. But guess what? A day is coming where it's a day of no other. Jeremiah 30:7, man. You know, Jacob's trouble. Okay?
Yeah, Jeremiah 16. Oh, no, that's not it.
Yeah, you know, and we're getting saved by way of ships, man. You know, and most people don't believe that. That's why they say UFO. We identify them as IFOs, man. You know, IFOs identified. You there? You know, we identify them as IFOs, man. You know, coming from the east to deliver our people. Let's get back into that.
This is Psalms, back in Psalms 58, verse 3. And it reads, "The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. Their poison is like the poison of a serpent."
Their poison is like the poison of a serpent, man. And really, you know, their poison, if you can look at their poison. Look how they rule, look how they lead, look how they rule, man. You know? Look how they poison the other nations, man.
And when you look at the situation, you know, they only look at the so-called white man or the rulers of the earth and power, you know, because they have the money, they own the TVs, they're the senators, they're the governors. So they only take heed to the words of the wicked. You know, like the scriptures tell you, it says what? For the evil man seeketh out of the wicked. Matter of fact, can I get that, man? Can I get Proverbs 12 and 12 real quick? And I got this pre-start real quick. This is Sirach 13 and 21. And the scripture says, a rich man beginneth to fall is held up of his friends, but a poor man being down is thrust also away by his friends. When a rich man is fallen, he hath many helpers. He speaketh things not to be spoken, and yet men justify him. The poor man slipped, and yet they rebuke him too. He speak wisely, and could have no place. When a rich man speaketh, every man holdeth his tongue, and look what he saith. They extol it to the clouds. But if the poor man speak, they say, what fellow is this? Yeah, that's the carnality of our people, man. That's the carnality of our people, because they look at men out here speaking and they say, oh man, you know, they got the what they call the curtain rods, the curtains and shit on, or they got the bed sheets on and things like that. But when you look at your pastor in these so-called churches, or you look at the so-called white man and he got this, you know, this suit on, this dead man suit. He got a red fucking what they call them things, the ties and shit. He got the red tie on, the blue, white, purple tie on. They looking at him because why? He got the money. So in their minds, obviously the Lord got to be dealing with this dude, but he ain't dealing with that which is poor, right? Go ahead, let me get that Proverbs 12 and 12.
Proverbs 12 and 12. It says, the wicked desire the net of evil men.
Right, so the wicked desire the net of evil men, right? Because you have something that's called energy, right? You know, and energy gravitates to the same type of energy. So if you have a wicked type of energy, then your energy is going to gravitate to that energy. If you have a righteous energy, then your energy is going to gravitate to that which is righteous. So that's how 2/3 of our people are. Their energies are wicked, man. So they gravitate to that which brings forth wickedness, which is these wicked pastors, these wicked men being Esau, Edom, and the other nations. So they're going to gravitate to that which what they like. Go ahead, I'll bring that out one more time.
Since the wicked desire the net of evil men.
Right, so the wicked desire the net of evil man. Go ahead.
But the root of the righteous yielded fruit.
But the root of the righteous yielded fruit, man. Right? So you have a beautiful tree. That tree gonna grow, and it's gonna grow beautiful fruit. It's not gonna go beautiful fruit with pesticides in it and shit. What Esau tell you is pesticides, because that's the way of the wicked, like the brother brought out. Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. So if you have a tree that doesn't yield good fruit, then what are you gonna get when you taste that fruit? It's gonna taste nasty, man. It's gonna taste to the point to where you're gonna want to spit that shit out, man.
Right.
Psalms. Yeah.
You know, we bear fruit to that bad. We bear witness to that bad fruit, man. This is that bad fruit, America. Everything that's laid out in this place is bad fruit, man.
Jeremiah 16 and 14 says, therefore, behold, the days come, saying Yahweh, that it shall no more be said, Yahweh liveth that brought it up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt, but Yahweh liveth that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of the north.
Right, which is coming, man. You know, and I mentioned IFOs, which is identified flying objects, man. You know, that's why Scripture said to the strangers of their salvation. You know,
Like I say, Brother Houston mentioned in the UFOs, with this new stimulus bill, they basically said that it's 120 or 180 days for them to fully disclose all records concerning the UFOs. So we're at the end, and all this stuff is starting to be exposed. You know, Esau's going to let this come out. Why? Because we're going over this scripture right now, and the scriptures tell you, as birds flying, so shall the Most High deliver Israel, man. So just as birds, there's certain birds that'll fly in a flock of 2,000 birds, and like literally do maneuvers in the air. This is how the Lord's going to come, and this is what we're reading, right? This is Jeremiah 16 and 15, but Yahweh liveth that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north and from the lands where he had driven them.
right? Because when you go into the curses, what does it say? It says we're one of the curses that will be scattered. You know, throughout the earth, man. You know, scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. You know, So salvation is not just gonna be here; it's gonna be everywhere, where all the elect is, you know. But that main event, that main showdown, right, is in Babylon, because it's that wicked kingdom, man. You know, that's prophesied about.
It says, and I will bring them again into their land.
Bring them again into their land, okay? And that's how you know this hasn't happened yet, because when you go to Deuteronomy 28:60, it says, and they shall see it no more again. Okay? We wouldn't go see the land of Israel no more again. And really, I mean, you don't want to go over there, you know, because this shit is worse. It's worse than here in some aspects, like the whole what they're doing with the pink cities and all that shit. You know, it's really just, you know, it's a disgrace to even look at. You know, right now that land has to be purified and cleansed as well. That's right, no?
It says, and I will bring them again into their land that I gave unto their fathers.
Right, that he gave into our fathers, which is what? Israel. You know?
Verse 16, behold, I will send for many fishers,
Right.
say Yahweh.
I will send for many fishers,
And
which is prophecy. Right? And what that's happening now, keep on up.
And they shall fish them, and after will I send for many hunters.
Right, after he was sent for many hunters. Hey, brother, give me that Wisdom of Solomon, the 12th chapter. Right? He was sent for many hunters, man. And who was his hunters going to be? His hunters going to be the elect, man. That's right. You know, the elect. Once the elect men get those new bodies, it's going to be a whole lot of things you people don't expect, man. You know, especially our people. You know, you look at the so-called white man like he's just the end-all be-all because he beat you down mentally. You know, to where you'll walk away from your power and argue with us when we tell you the kingdom is for you. That's backwards. When he's saying something good about somebody or something good to someone and they still want to get at you, you know, in a carnal way. You know, that's how you know you got to be destroyed for that. You know, let me know here, bro. Yeah. It might be the fourth, but read. Are you in the fourth or the third?
The fourth.
Read 4 and 5. 4 and 1.
4 and 1. It's with Psalm 4 and 1 and reads, better is it to have no children and to have birth.
It might be 3. Go to 3. 3 and 1.
Hey, matter of fact, read that.
Better to have no children and to have virtue, for its memorial thereof is immortal.
Bring that back one more time.
Better to have no children and to have virtue, for the memorial thereof is immortal.
Hey, give me Jeremiah 16:1.
I'm already there.
Give me Jeremiah 16:1.
I'm already there in Jeremiah. Jeremiah 16 and 1 says, the word of Yahweh came also unto me, saying, Thou shalt not take thee a wife, neither shalt thou have sons or daughters in this place.
Keep going.
It says, for thus saith Yahweh concerning the sons, and concerning the daughters that are born in this place,
Right.
and concerning their mothers that bear them, and concerning their fathers that begot them in this land, they shall die of grievous deaths.
Right.
They shall not be lamented, neither shall they be buried, but they shall be as dung upon the face of the earth, and they shall be consumed by the sword and by famine, and their carcasses shall be meat for the fowls of heaven, and their beasts, and for the beasts of the earth.
Right. So bring that back one more time.
Better to have no children and to have virtue,
Right.
for the memorial thereof is immortal.
Right. So hey, there you go, man. Because this is what's coming to America, man. So it's better for you not to have children in a place than to have children. That's why at the end of the day, 2nd Ezra, the 2nd chapter, you got to put your faith in the Lord to deliver your children from this wicked kingdom, man. Because there's a lot of death and destruction that's coming, man. And brothers, we've been talking about it, man. You know, start from the apostles on down, man. We've been talking about death and destruction. What it tells you in the book of, what is that? Let me get 2nd Ezra 15 and start at 5, man. Let me get 2nd Ezra 15 and 5. And give me the book of 2nd Ezra 9 and 22.
I got 9.
Go ahead.
2nd Ezra 15 verse 5 and reads, Behold, saith the Most High, I will bring plagues upon the world,
Right.
the sword, famine, death
And destruction. Bring that back one more time, Mark.
Behold, saith the Most High, I will bring plagues upon the world,
The sword, famine, death, and destruction. Go ahead, the brother.
Yeah, this is 2nd Ezra 9 and 22. It says, let the multitude perish then, which was born in vain.
Right, because the Most High is about to bring famine. Right, he's about to bring what? Plagues, and that's already happening. These things are already taking place, man. You know, the Most High is showing his judgment upon the face of the earth. The scriptures tell you that the Most High will begin to visit the world which he have created. Now you can see these things. Let me get Jeremiah 15:2. Ark, you know where to start at? Where it says for death, death is for death, and famine for famine. Yeah. Right, go ahead, Ark.
Reading on 2nd Esdras 9:22, it says, "And let my grape be kept,
Right.
and my plant, for with great labor have I made it perfect."
Right, so hey, the Most High, who have gave Yahushua the elect, he have made perfect to be delivered out of this place. Go ahead, Tazabah.
Jeremiah 15:2, and it shall come to pass, if they say unto thee, whither shall we go forth? Then thou shalt tell them, thus say Yahweh, such as for death to death,
Right.
and such as for the famine, or such as for the sword to the sword, and such as for the famine to the famine.
And that's what the Lord is doing, man. He's preparing people for death. He's preparing people for death. Let me get Job, what is that? Job 21:30.
God.
Let me get Job 21:30, man.
It's Job 21:30. It says, there you go. It says, I'll start at 29.
Done.
It says, have you not asked them that go by the way, and do you not know their tokens, that the wicked is reserved to the day of destruction?
So there you go. The wicked is preserved for the day of destruction. Let me get Psalms 1:6, man. Let me get Psalms 1:6, and let me get Psalms 37:20, y'all.
This is the book of Psalms 1:6. It says, "For the Lord knoweth the way of the righteous."
Right, so the Most High knoweth the way of the righteous. Now, what is righteousness? Psalms 119 and 172, which is the keeping of the law, statutes, and commandments. Go ahead.
It says, "But the way of the ungodly shall perish."
So the way of the ungodly shall perish. So this is what the Most High has prepared for the nations, and 2/3 of our people is death and destruction. 2nd Esdras 15:5. We just got it. The Most High is preparing what? It's the sword, death, famine, destruction for the wicked. Go ahead, Art.
It is Psalms 37:20, and it reads, "For the wicked shall perish."
The wicked shall what?
The wicked shall perish.
The wicked shall what?
For the wicked shall perish.
The wicked shall perish. Go ahead.
And the enemies of the Most High shall be as the fat of lambs.
So the enemies of the Lord shall be as the fat of the lamb. Why? Because you love the things of the world. You love the wickedness of the world. You love what's happening here, man. Tazabah, let me get Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 16. Go ahead, I'll finish that off.
They shall consume into smoke, shall they consume away.
So they shall consume into smoke, they shall consume away, man. So what is that talking about? That's talking about thermonuclear missiles, man. Because if you're going to consume into smoke, what comes before the smoke?
The sizzle.
Read that back one more time.
Verse 20. For the wicked shall perish,
Right.
and the enemies of the Most High shall be as fat. Shall be as the fat of lambs. They shall consume, into the smoke shall they consume away.
There you go. Get that, Tazabah?
Ecclesiastes 3:15. It says, that which has been is now.
Go ahead and get to the point. Go to verse 16.
Verse 16. It says, and moreover I saw under the sun the place of judgment.
Right. So the Lord, for he saw in the sun what? The place of judgment. Go ahead.
That wickedness was there.
That wickedness was there. Give me Revelation chapter 17, verse 1. Go ahead, Tazabah.
In the place of righteousness, that iniquity was there.
Right. In the place of righteousness, that iniquity was there, man. Go ahead. Give me that Revelation 17 and 1.
In Revelation 17, verse 1, it reads, and there came one of the 7 angels, which had the 7 vials,
Right.
and talked with me, saying unto me, come hither. I will shew unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters.
Right. So what is those waters? Let's get what the waters is. Jump to verse 15, and then we're going to go back to that verse.
Verse 15, and it reads, and he said unto me, the waters which thou sawest, where the whore sitteth, and the people, and the multitudes, and nations, and tongues. And the 10 horns which thou see.
That was it.
That was it. Jump back to that. Yeah, read 15 one more time.
A little slower.
And he said unto me, the waters which thou sawest, where the whore sitteth,
Right.
are peoples and multitudes and nations and tongues.
So there you go, man. So that's woo. That's America, man. America have every nation that dwells here, man. From Moab to Ammon to Ham to Edom. All of them are here, man. They all dwell here. They all make money here. They all had a part in the wickedness of America. Go ahead.
Sorry, go back to verse 1.
Yeah, go back to verse 1.
It reads, and there came one of the 7 angels which had the 7 vials, and talked with me, saying unto me, come hither, I will shew unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters,
Right.
with whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication.
Right, so all the nations have had part in the wickedness of America. They all play a role in the wickedness of America, from the captivity, from the economy, from the resources alone, man. That's why the Most High is going to bring judgment upon who? The so-called white man and the other nations. If you go to the book of Luke 21 and 24, it tells you that the nations have had Israel into captivity, man. If you go to, Jeremiah 50 and 33, it tells you for Israel and Judah have went into captivity together. Go ahead, finish that off. Right?
Psalms 83rd chapter. You have all conspiring.
Yeah, that's a perfect scripture too. Matter of fact, get that. Get Psalms 83 and 3. Go ahead.
Verse 3. So he carried me away.
And get Psalms 2 and 2.
So she carried me away into the spirit. Into the wilderness, and I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet-colored beast,
right,
full of names of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns. And the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color.
And if you go through history, the Statue of Liberty, they actually try to paint the Statue of Liberty that type of color, but because of the materials they made for the Statue of Liberty, they couldn't do it, man. Go ahead,
And decked with gold and precious stones,
right,
and pearls, having a golden
so
cup.
It's telling you the riches that America have, man, because we're in a time of Esau's blessing, where he have the fatness of the earth. He have the gold, he have the silvers, he got the jewels, he got it all, man. Go ahead,
Having a golden cup in her hand, full of abominations,
right,
and filthiness of her fornication. And upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery Babylon, the Great.
Oh, hold up. It says Mystery Babylon. That's why you're not going to find the name America in the Bible, because it is a mystery. Give me Amos 3 and 7, Give me Amos 3 and 7, because not everybody's going to understand that America is Babylon. America is that mystery that is speaking about in Revelations, the 17th chapter. Give me Amos 3 and 7.
It's Amos chapter 3.
It's
Amos 3 and 7, and it reads, Surely
what?
The Most High power.
That brother faster than you are? What?
P's and Q's.
Go ahead,
Surely the Most High power will do nothing, but he reveals his secrets unto his servants, the prophets.
So there you go, man. So only the prophets is going to understand the secrets and the mysteries that is given unto them. It's not going to be given unto everybody. You walk up, you talk to a Christian, or you talk to any of these dudes that's in these different religions, from Mormonism and any of those things, they're not going to tell you that America is Babylon, man. Shit, I remember I was watching a video on that deacon dude from the Sakari camp, and he was out there debating with some Christian, and the Christian said America is a blessing, man. He said America is a blessing.
White man.
So that's what you get out of Christians, man. Now you got some Christians out there that speak about America being Babylon, but that's a little bit, man. That's a little bit. And I remember Apostle Tahar did a video on that. Go ahead,
If I could say it, in Revelation 17, if you jump down to 12, it tells you all the nations gave power unto the beast and ruled with them 1 hour. You know, so like the brother was saying earlier, all the nations agreed upon something. Just to what? Make a system and keep Jake out of it.
Right. Well, that was their purpose, and that's why going into the book of Psalms 83 is going to explain that. Go ahead, finish that off.
Go Revelations.